Welcome to another Empires and Puzzles Books video. This is sort of a update to my XP farming guide. If you've not seen my previous videos on farming for XP and the benefits, I'd encourage you to check those out. That is how I got up here to player level 163 in just about 2.5 years, doing tons of XP farming. Now, I originally started XP farming to increase the value of the world energy flask. As you can see, I now get 99 flags for the same flask that other players get, and that to me is a huge value, especially when I'm doing like challenge event weekends and you're buying flasks over and over again, getting a lot more play for the gems spent on those flasks. Now, although that was the reason I originally started XP farming, I'm now XP farming predominantly just because I'm also getting an enormous amount of food and iron doing this, as well as XP. So quite a while ago I put out the first XP farming video, and then I updated it after season 3 was completed. I will probably be updating this again after season 4, but I'm really excited. I've been farming for a couple weeks now on a new province in season 4. I want to talk about where and why that is, and I'd love to give credit to whoever suggested this to me, but I don't honestly remember who it was. I got a private message on Facebook and somebody said, hey, check out this level, and it is fantastic. So we're in Season 4, Province 15, Redstone Valley, Stage 6, Hard. So why this one? Well, one, it's only 3 rounds, 2 rounds of monsters and then the round of boss, which is always important. You don't want to be farming something that's four or five rounds of fighting. It just takes too long. Again, for me, I'm all about the speed and how fast I can do it because I tend to farm all day long. Now, what's interesting here is this biome effect. So every 5 turns, all fire heroes get 80% critical chance for 5 turns. The wording of this is so weird. Basically, the entire time, fire heroes get 80% critical chance, which is huge. So I'm going to want to use some fire heroes in here. That effect can't be dispelled, every 5 turns. All ice heroes get negative 50% defense, and that can't be dispelled, so you don't want to use ice. All enemies have an innate resistance against status ailments that affect defense. So we're not going to be worried about defense down heroes. So, looking at this, you can see it's all holy and dark heroes. And the boss is holy. The final stage is almost always all holy. So the team that I'm using to farm this, again, not concerned about defense down, but I want to be fire heavy, since that critical chance is huge for making it fast through these levels. So I'm using Costume Marjana. Now she does do an elemental defense down, but not so much of an effect here. But Zimkitha, which does the attack up, and then Garnet, who just does overhealing, keeps the team alive. Onyx and Dr. Moreau, the dark heroes for that final boss stage. Moreau giving people blind. They're both basically really fast and can wipe out a lot of the holy enemies. True, they are weak against the darks, but I'm telling you, it has not affected how fast I farm this level. So, what has been the results of this? Well, I did a test the other day since I farm all day. And I did a screenshot here at the beginning of the day, and you can see that I needed 4.3 million XP yet to the next level. I was at 44% of the way. So I farmed this all day. Like, as I'm doing other things, life tasks, I just keep the game going and I keep this running. By the end of the day, I was at 57% to the next level. So I went up 13% in a day, which means I'm leveling now, every 8 or so days. And I gained almost just shy of 1 million XP in one day. Now think about where you're at right now in the game and how much would that level you, because right now I'm almost at 10 million. I'm approaching 10 million XP to go for a level. So if you're anywhere below player level 100, 1 million in a day is going to be massive. Now, what's more exciting to me than that is in doing this, I also got 2.8 million food all day long and 4.2 million iron I mean, it has just a ton of iron. This is why I have thousands and thousands of weapons. That food is why I'm building up troops at an incredibly high rate and just mana pots all over the place. So that is my new place that I've been farming. I wanted to do this for a couple weeks just to ensure that this was a solid recommendation, and it is a solid recommendation. Now, it is true with those Underwild tiles that get on the board, if you're not paying attention every now and then, they'll overrun your team and you might end up losing a round. But I lose one maybe out of every 15 to 20 games, if that, which can be pricey if you're worried about the 11 flags, I think it is, per round. But I just keep the thing going. So I time this over a full flask for me, which is 9 rounds. Excuse me. And I look at how much food, XP, and iron I'm getting per minute. Now, I don't do the mistake that some players make when they're looking at this kind of data and they just click start and time how long it takes them to play the round. To me, that 1 round timing doesn't make sense. So I time an entire flask, which is 9 rounds for me. And that includes the time to start and stop and click autoplay and click fight again and all that. Now, I don't wait for the rewards to populate as soon as it ends the round. I just click next and hit replay. But before this, I was doing season 313 hard. And I was getting just under 1200 XP per minute. With this level I'm doing now, I'm getting over 1500 XP per minute. So that is a massive jump. It's probably like 30% or more XP. The food on season 313 hard, I was getting about 3,000 food per minute. This one I'm getting 4.4 thousand per minute. So 4,400 per minute. And then iron, that was just shy of 5,000 per minute on season 313 hard, and now I'm getting almost 6,500. So it is significant, the amount of food, iron, and XP that's coming in. I'm back to leveling really quickly. My player level kind of outran season 313 hard, and I was getting up to 11, 12, 13 days to level, and now I'm back to that 8, 9, 10 day turnaround on leveling up, which to me is absolutely fantastic. So again, I will probably update the full XP farming video once this season is done, but I wanted to give you all this a heads up now that this is a monster level to be farming and you can start farming it now. And just to be clear, please check out the XP farming video, because this is not the most efficient way to do it if you're worried about being as efficient as you can with your loot tickets or with your flags. This is strictly for people who are XP farming for speed and want to get as much XP in the shortest amount of time as possible. This has been the fastest level. If you want to know where to go to get the most XP per flag, depending on how many flags you have, I have that all broken down in the XP farming video. Just make sure you're watching the one that's updated for season 3. And loot tickets, I would always recommend using those in combination with one of the harvesters on whatever the highest level that you have completed as far as the maximum XP. So for me, that tends to be the final stage of season 3, or the one right before that if I'm also filling like a monster chest, or if I want to find some of those gnomes when Valhalla is happening. But those are the 2 places I typically are using loot tickets. Again, I will update all that once season 4 is completed, but I hope this works for you. Again, a big shout out, thank you. I wish I could remember who it was who gave me the tip on this, but season 4, Province 15, Stage 6 hard is just a beast, and that is where I am power leveling and getting tons of food and iron. If you have other ideas or suggestions on where to look, let's hear it. If you have improvements for my team, I'd love to hear that too. If I can make this faster, that would be great. I think I forgot to mention the time, so it's taking me on average 2.78 minutes, so it's well under 3 minutes. The other levels I were doing were over 3 minutes, so it's a pretty fast farm. Hope this helps you in your game. See you on the battlefield.